So it will take you to the Lightning App Builder page like this. Got it? So after taking to, so the thing is that what you do, you go to the quick find box, you're going to type Lightning App Builder here, you're going to get a link called Lightning App Builder. It'll take you to the page like this, right? So here, what you're going to do, you're going to click on new button. You have a new button here, right? After you click on new button, it'll take you to this page here, right? But what actually when you click on new button, it'll ask you the name of the home page. You have to give the label name, right? So like what can after give a label name, then it'll ask you, it'll show you different type of pages. What you want to say, what page you want to create, right? What is that? You're going to create a home page, right? Then after you enter, after you select the home page, right? On the it'll take you to the home page, edit page, right? It'll take you to edit page. Then on the left hand side, you can see list of components will be available. On the left hand side, you can see list of components will be available, right? Anyway, I'll show the demo so that you can understand, right? On the left hand side, it will show the list of components. What you're going to do, you're going to drag all the components on the left hand side here. It'll show all the components, right? From there, you're going to drag and drop it and place all your components, whatever you wanted. Drag the recent item components to any spot in the canvas. Then for label, you're going to enter the recent canvas. Then you're going to select. Similarly, you're going to drag the case to any spot in canvas. So in the canvas, you're going to drag and drop it on the spot. And remove accounts by dragging it off to the left of the canvas and click OK. Right? For number of records, you're going to display 5. Right? So likewise, you're going to drag and drop the chatter field component on any spot. Right? You're going to drag the today's task component, and you're going to drag the today's event component on this part. You're going to drag the rich text component on the into the today's task, right? Box, and enter the field you're going to enter the field appears below the box, right? Enter the text entry field and enter be sure that to check the Salesforce trust type. Right? Highlight, you're going to highlight the Salesforce trust and select the link button, right? So like for URL, you're going to enter trust.salesforce.com and then you're going to save here. So likewise, whatever you wanted, whatever components you wanted, you will drag and drop it and place it on your canvas, right? On this spot, you're going to drag and drop, and you're going to place it on the canvas, right? Once you've done everything, you're going to click on save in the upper right corner, and then you're going to activate, right? After activating, you're going to click on app and profile, right? And in the app, you're going to assign to the app and profile here. You're going to assign this home page to app and profile. Then you go to select the control, service control, click on next, then select the custom support profile, and then you're going to select the system administrator, and then click on next and save. Right? First, you're going to assign this home page to app and profile. So then you're going to assign the app, right? You're going to assign this home page to the particular app, and then you go to the profile page, and you're going to select the profile, right? You're going to select support profile and system administrator, then click on next and save. So then click on back button in the top right corner. Then it will take you to the Lightning app page. It will take you to the Lightning app page. Right. So it will click on the back button in the top right corner to leave the Lightning app builder. So finally, you will land up the page like this. You will land up the page like this, right? You will land up the page like this. Now let me go for a demo so that you can understand very well. Right? Let me go for the demo so that you can understand very well. So now, again, what we have to do, we have to log in.salesforce.com. We have to log in, right? So you have to log in with login.salesforce.com. So, but here, when it comes to login, here in this administrative course, we are not going to write any coding. In the administrative course, right, we are not going to write any coding. Without writing coding, we're using point and click method, using declarative method, we are going to configure the business logic, right? We're going to configure the business logic, right? So now see here, first step is that I have to log into my page, home page, right? Now click on login.salesforce.com, type login.salesforce.com, right? So now press enter. It'll ask you username and password, right? You're logging into the salesforce.com here, then you have to enter the username and password. You have to enter the username and password. So now you click here, it will show the list of username here, right? So because yesterday we have used the caching, we have enabled the caching. We have enabled the caching so that all the username will be listed here. No need to remember your username. No need to remember your username. So by default, the username will be displayed here. Right? Now I'm going to select Raki@logicallabs.com. I'm going to select Raki@logicallabs.com. Then I'm going to enter the password. So after I enter the password, click on login. Directly it is going to land up to my production environment, to my page, production environment. It will directly land up to my production environment. So now you can see, so by default, the home page got selected. Right now, this is my home page. Right, I have not done my customization. I have not customized my home page. Most recently, items are displayed here. Let's see here, SDFS developer console. Yesterday, I opened my developer console. Right, it is getting so it is displayed here, and logical lab. Right, yesterday I've opened, but now also I've opened logical lab. The name of the production environment is called logical lab. Right, it is being opened, so it is displaying what are the things, what are the items I've used here. Right, but what I have to do, I have to customize my home page. I have to customize my home page. In order to customize my home page, so this is the quick find box on the left hand side. This is a quick find box on the left hand side. On the quick find box, you're going to type lightning, right? Lightning space app builder. So the moment you type lightning app in the quick find box, right? Otherwise, you have to go with the menu one by one. You have to go and search each and every menu. You have to expand the menu and you have to search the link. And again, you have to sublink, you have to expand sub menu, right? Instead, what we do in the quick find box, we're going to type the direct command, right? That is the direct command here, right? Lightning app builder. And the moment you type, so then it is getting displayed here. I'm going to click on lightning app builder. I'm going to click on lightning app builder here. Right, after clicking on lightning app builder, you can see no new app has been created already, right? That is no customization has been done here. No customization has been done. Nothing is there. It is empty. Right? Now click on new. You're going to click on new button. You're going to click on new button. Right? It directly takes you to my home page edit page. Right? It is directly taking me to the home page edit page. Before that, it is asking what kind of page you wanted. Whether you're going to create an app page, you're going to create a home page, you're going to create a record page, you're going to create embedded service pages or voice extension, what you're going to do. I'm going to select home page now. Because I'm going to customize my home page, right? Like this. This is a template. Like this, I want to customize my home page. Initially, when I was doing my courses, right, all those like this home page will be by default, it will be shown like this. But now, later on, now it has come empty. Now it is coming empty, but you have to customize your home, right? So now after selecting home page, right, then click on next button. Now click on next button. Now you have to use the label name, right? Like I have to use the label name, logical lab home. I'm going to give a name as logical lab home. Now click on next button. After you give the name for the home page, right? Now it is asking under standard, it has a template, page template. What kind of page template you wanted? Whether you want a header and 3 region. Now see here, you have header and 3 region like this. Page template, right? Or else you want to go with home template with one region. This is a home template with only one region. And next one is standard home page, right? You have multiple regions here, right? Or else you want to go with custom, either way you can go. These comes in standard, but there is no custom, template is not there, right? I'll go with standard template home page, then I'll go to click on that button. So now it gets into my edit page, home page edit mode. It gets into my home page edit mode. Now you can see this is the canvas. So this is the canvas. These are all the spot, right? We have different spot here. 1, 2, 3, 4 spot, right? On the left hand side, you can see list of components are available, right? So we have standard components, and then there is no any custom components. We have not created any custom component, right? We have only standard components. How many we have? We have 32 standard components, right? So now what I have to do? I have to drag and drop all my components, whichever is required for me. Whichever is needed for me, I'm going to drag and drop my component on the spot. Now, say for example, I'm going to drag the chatter field and paste it here. Right, then I want to add some other like a chatter publisher, like Flow. We have so many list view. If you want to view the list view, you can drag and drop it and place it on the spot here. Right? You want recent items, you can select recent item, drag and drop it and place it here. Recent item. Right. So similar way, you want today's event, today's task. Right. All this thing, I would drag and drop your today's event, drag and drop it and place it. And today's task, you want to drag and drop it and place it below this. So likewise, all the whatever components you wanted, you can drag and drop it and place it on you can place it on this spot of the canvas. You're going to place it on the spot of the canvas, right? After you drag in, I've given in the PPT, I've given so many, right? The same I've given it as exercise also. Later on, I'll give the exercise, but not now. Got it? So now, see here, after you have done it, right? After I dragged and dropped all my components here, then finally I have to save and activate. So make sure that you activate it. Once you activate only, whatever changes has been done, that will get affected. Otherwise, it won't affect. Right? Now click on save. Now after saving, it is asking you to whether you want to activate. Activate this page to make it visible to your user. Activate this page to make it visible to the user. Right? If at all you want to view this page, then only you have to activate. Activate. Once you activate, only all these changes will be affected, and the changed page you can able to see. The user can able to see. Now click on activate. Either you can activate here, or again you can go there and activate. Now activation has been done. Right? Once this activation is done, then what we have to do? We have to go for app and profile page, but we have to assign the org here. Right? Go to app and profile, assign to app and profile now. Right? Now click on assign to app and profile. Now which profile? Now this home page will be assigned to what all? Right? What all app? Right now I'm going to assign this. I'm going to map my home page to some of the app here. I'm going to assign this page, home page, to some of the app like sales console, right? Service console, right? So like this, I'm going to select some of the app here, right? Salesforce CMS, right? Like sales. I'll select the some of the app here. Now click on next button. Right? I have assigned this home page, customized home page to some of the app. Similarly, I have to assign to some of the profile. I have to map it to the profile. So in that case, I'll scroll down. At the end, we have system administrator. So we have system administrator. I'll select system administrator, standard platform user, whomever you wanted, you can select, you can assign it. Right now, click on next button. So now click on next button, click on save. So now home page has been customized, and so it is assigned default to particular user, to a particular profile, right? And to a particular app. So I've done it. After doing now, I have to click on back page here, right? Lightning App Builder. So this is a back button. We have a back button. Click on back button. You click on back button. Now it will go back to your home page now. Again, it will go back to your setup page, home page, right? Or yeah, it will go back to your setup page, home page. Right now it goes back to your setup page, home page. Now you click on home. Now when I click on home, you can see the old one. Right, I have assigned, I have set my home page and customized my home page, assign it to some of the app and assign it to the profile. So I want to launch my application now. I want to launch my app. In order to launch my app, we have app launcher here. We have app launcher here. This is what we call an app launcher. I'll click on app launcher, right? And then I'm going to select the sales console now. I'm going to select sales console. The moment you select the sales console, right, we'll have a home page. So now it has a home page. Now this is the home page. So this home page is showing in the 360-degree view. It is showing in the 360-degree view. From here, right, I can select anyone. Right, like from here, I can go to home page, lead, accounts, contacts, opportunities, campaign, right, task. I can set my task. I can set my calendar, right, whatnot, dashboard, everything can do from there, right? This is my home page now, right? I've dragged all my components here. Like this is a chatter feed. This is a recent item. Now, as of now, I have not done anything. It's a new org. It is a new org. It is a new production environment. No, nothing has been done, right? So that's what it is not pulling any data. That's why it is not putting any data. No task has been performed, no event has been performed, it is empty. Right? Even other apps also have assigned. Even for other apps also I have assigned. The same home page I have assigned to other apps. Now again go to your app launcher, right? And then you can select service control. You click on service control here. When you click on service control, on the service control also, you can go to home page here, right? The service control, select the home page. See, I'll select the home page here. So see, the same home page is getting displayed. The same home page is getting displayed. So whatever app I was assigned on that home page, if I go to that home page, same customization will be shown here. The same customization will be shown here, right? Have you understood the home page customization? Have you understood the home page customization? Again, I'll tell you, right? Again, I'll tell you the home page customization. Can you please open the admin console? Which admin console? Which space is not allowed? Right? Yeah, home page service console. Yeah. See here, home page service console here. The home page is there. And when you select the home page, automatically it will be displayed. And whatever customization you have done will be shown here. You want to show the admin console, right? This is the admin console. Okay, like what do you do? Like go to setup page, gear icon, go to gear icon, click on setup, it will go to admin homepage. That is admin console. So this is the admin console actually. This is admin console. No, 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 no. Like see, I have to specify the profile also to which profile I'm going to assign. So because since I've selected administrator profile, right? So he has access to everything. He has access to everything. Got it? So that's why I added the home page. That is, I mapped the home page to your system administrator, right? So thing is that see here, I've assigned it to home page. I've assigned the home page to an application and also to the profile. You right? So I've never added admin console, right? Did I add admin console? No, I didn't add any admin console here, right? I have assigned, I mapped this app homepage. I mapped this homepage to, I have mapped this homepage to particular application like sales console, service console, and some of the consoles, right? Whichever you want, you can add it, right? Try to understand, right? I'll show the demo once again. I'll show the demo once again so that you can understand very well. I'll show the demo once again so that you can understand very well. Got it now. Once again, I'll go to demo. Right, I'll show the demo once again. Got it. I'll show the demo once again here. Okay, fine. Now see here. Now again, I'm going to do homepage customization. So I'm going to do homepage customization now. Right. For doing homepage customization, what I'll do now? So I'll go to the quick find box. By default, already I'm in the setup page. I'm in the setup page. If at all I'm not in the setup page, what you have to do? You have to click on this gear icon and select the setup. It'll take you to the setup page. Like it'll take you to setup page, right? And below the setup page, you'll have this. Below the setup, you'll have the quick find box. Below the setup, you'll have a quick find box, right? There, I'm going to type lightning app. Lightning and followed with app. So what is the command I have to give? I have to give lightning app builder, right? At the bottom, you can see under user interface menu, we have an option called lightning app builder. Under user interface menu, we have Lightning App Builder. I'll click on it. Right? I'll click on this. So it'll take you to the Lightning App Builder page. It'll take you to the Lightning App Builder page. Just now, I created a home page called Logical Lab Home. Just now, I created a page called Logical Lab home page. In a similar way, I want to create a new home page, right? I want to create another home page. I want to customize another home page. I want to customize my another home page, right? So like now you say again, what I'll do, I'll click on new button. I'll click on new button. Now it is asking what kind of page you're going to create, right? It's a wizard. It's a wizard. Step by step you go, right? It's a wizard. Now create a new lightning page. You're going to create a new lightning page. What kind of page you're going to create? App page or home page, record page or embedded service page or voice extension? Which one? I'm going to create a home page. The moment you select home page, you're showing the template. You're going to customize lightning experience home page like this. Right, like this, you're going to customize your home page. Right, click on next, and you're going to use the name for the home page. Right, my home page. I'm going to give the name of the home page is called my home page. I'm going to use the name of the home page is called my home page. Now click on next. And now which template you wanted? Either you want to go with header and 3 region or homepage template 1 region or standard homepage, whichever you want, you can select. I'll go for this. Or else you can go for this also. It's up to you. Right now, see, full with header above 3 equal with the region supported form factor. It is for desktop. It is supported. But this one is supported for desktop, right? This one is supported for desktop again, right? All are supported for desktop. Now I'll click on it. Now click on that. See, on the top, you can see it says that it's supported for desktop, right? You want the string to view or you want to view 100%, which one you want to. Even I can select 100%, it is going to show the 100%, right? This is what now it has gone to the home page, edit page. Now this is a home page, so we have gone for edit mode. We have gone for edit mode, right? So now this is the canvas. On the canvas, we have a spot. This is spot 1, spot 2, spot 3. On the left hand side, you can see the list of components are available here. Nearly 32 components are there, right? And the property, right? Like what is your label name here? API name, page type, what kind of page type? Already we have selected that property is getting displayed here. And these things are mandatory here. It is a required field. Like before the label, you can see star here. Before API name, you can see the star here. Before the page type, you can see star here. Mean that these are all required page. These are the required fields. These are all the required fields mandatory that you have to fill it, right? You cannot skip it. Got it? But this description is it's optional, right? Even if you fill it, no problem, or you skip it also, no problem, right? So this is the canvas, right? On the canvas, you have a spot. So nearly about 3 spots here, right? I want to drag and drop all my components from here, and I want to place it on this spot, right? I want to drag all my components. I'm going to place it on this spot here. Now see, for example, from the bottom I'll come now, right? I'll drag and drop my today's event. I will drag and drop here. Right, after this, right, I'm going to drag and drop my today's task here. Right, then in case you want to have a trending topic, you can drag and drop your trending topic here. Right. And then in case you want to add the tabs, you can add the tab rich text. You can select the rich text and drag and drop it here. Right, and then scroll up. You want to select the recent item, select the recent item, drag and drop it here. Recent items you can select. Report chart, right? So likewise, you have recent records, drag and drop it and can place your recent records here. right? And then come up. You want to view this list view, select the list view and drag and drop it here. So likewise, whatever you wanted, right? Whatever thing you wanted, you can add it here. On the top here, you want to add a charter field. I'm going to add my charter field also. Likewise, you can add all your components, whatever you wanted, you can drag and drop it and place it on this spot. Once you're done with this, right? So now what I'll do, I'm going to save it. Once you're done with this, I'm going to click on save. After saving, now I'll ask you to activate. Once you activate only, whatever changes made to your home page will get affected, right? I'll click on activate now, right? Either you can activate here, you can say not yet, and then you can come here, and then you can activate. Either way you can do it. Now click on activate. So once you have activated, right, now you have to assign it to the org, right, org. So that directly go to your app and profile, right, tab here. You're going to click on app and profile tab. You're going to assign this home page to the org default, to the app default, and to your app and profile by default. You're going to assign this org, you're going to map this org, right, default to the home page, default to this app, and default to this profile. So that case, what I'll do, I'll click on app and profile and click on assign this app and profile, assign this home page to app and profile. I'll click on this. Now, what all pages, like what all the apps you want to assign, or what are the apps you want to map. Now, say for example, I'll select sales, right? Then I'll select service, right? So like we do have Salesforce SCMS. I'm selecting only these three: sales, service, and Salesforce CMS. Right? Beyond this, I'm not selecting anything. Right? So, but still, I'll go with sales console also. Right? Only these four I'm selecting. Beyond that, I'm not selecting anything, any application. Right? Only for this core application, I'm assigning my home page. Only for this this home page, I'm assigning for this core application apps. Now click on next button. Then you're going to assign it to the profile. Here also I'm going to select only two profiles, or in the real time, whichever profile you wanted, you can select any number of profiles. You scroll down, I'm going to select system administrator, then I'll select solution manager. Right, only for these two profiles I'm going to assign. Now click on next button. Right, and then I have to save it. Now see, you can review here. Right, for sales, I've given for the profile called system administrator. So there's two pages are assigned. Two pages are mapped. One is already we created an app here, right? That is homepage called Logical Lab homepage. The other one is my homepage. Similar way for sales also, for service console also, right? So we have profiles are going to be different, but the pages are going to be same, right? Likewise for sales, for CMS, right? Only for this app, I've assigned this page. Only for this app, I've assigned my new page and assigned the current page. Already they assigned this is now I've assigned it. Now click on save. After you click on save, right? Then see now it has been saved here. And your profile also, right? Your profile also it is going to be system administrator. It is saved here. Once it is saved, now right, what you do? You click on back button. You click on back button. After you click on back button, right, it will take you to your setup page. Directly it will take you to your setup page. Right? But what I have to do, I have to test it, right? I have to test it. So in order to test it, you go to the app launcher, click on this app launcher. Now you select the service console or sales console, whatever it may be. You click on sales console or service console. Now it will take you to service console. So now when you go, see by default, it goes to the home page. So you can see the customized home page here. See the new recently records, what all we have launched here. So that information will be displayed here. So any company owner, they want to customize, they can customize the home page and they'll get the business information on the home page itself. He no need to go inside and get the information. Just by logging in, right? Just he lands up on the home page, he'll come to know what is the business, right? What is the profit that he got it, right? All those things we can see here. So this is an example for home page customization. This is an example for home page customization. Got it? This is an example for home page customization. You have any doubts? Right? I think somebody has asked a doubt. So here naming, yeah, the label name with no space allowed. Like yeah, right. With no space can give, or even with space also can give, no problem. Even with space also you can give. Right. So like you can, even if with space also you can give. Check it once, right? But maximum I used to give without any space. Right. So naming the label, it's better if you give with no space. It's better if you give it no space. Got it? Any other doubts you have it? Any other doubts you have it? Okay. Okay, thanks. Okay, thank you very much. Okay. So have you understood the concept now? Homepage customization? Have you understood the concept called homepage customization? Right? Have you understood the concept called homepage customization? Right? Have you understood the concept called homepage customization? Right? So now, shall I move to the next topic? Shall I move to the next topic? The next topic, yes, okay. I'll move to the next topic. So the next topic, I hope that you have understood this concept, home-based customization. Now we'll go to the next topic called organization setup. I want to right after I purchase my license, after I select my edition, right? After I purchase my license and after I select my edition, after I purchase my edition, right? I have to set up my organization. I have to set up my organization, which is called as organization setup, right? So once I purchase my license, right? And I have to set up my, after purchasing the license, I have to set up my organization. So in order to set up your organization, right? So here, what all you have to configure? You have to configure your company profile, who is a point of contact, the physical year, the financial statement you have to prepare, the business hour, currency management, default settings, and whatnot, right? You're going to so configure all to company. So the company details you have to give, the point of contact, company address, right? All those stuff you're going to enter, right? And then you're going to set your financial year, right? That is nothing but your physical year. Here we have different types of calendar here, right? If you go with the default calendar, Gregorian calendar, Salesforce will take care of this physical year, right? Whereas when you go with a different, like different physical year, the different template, right? Accordingly, we have different templates here, like 554 or 445. We have different like quarters here, right? You have to select the quarter. We have to set the quarter for the business, right? So now, see, thing is that we are going to set the organization setup. In that, what we are going to do, we are going to set our company profile. And here, coming to physical year is nothing but a financial year. So here we have two types of physical year. One is going to be standard physical year, the other one is called custom physical year. So standard physical year, it is not at all a problem, right? Everything will be taken care by Salesforce. Whereas coming to custom physical year, once you customize your physical year, once you enable that custom physical year, it cannot be disabled or it cannot be revoked, right? Before getting into custom physical year, you have to decide and then you have to launch it accordingly. After launching, right, custom physical year, after that you want to say you want to revoke it back, it is not possible, right? Anyway, I will discuss about one by one now, right? So now organization setup, right? What is organization setup? The company profile is the very first step in setting up your Salesforce org. It consists of number of different configurations here. Now see here, I told about in the company information, you're going to set the name and address of the company, primary contact, default locally, right? What is the default currency? Storage use, how much storage, what is the license available here? All those information we are going to set here, we are going to configure here. Apart from that, we have physical year, right? Then physical year has to be set, your financial statement, then currencies, right? Then your support information, nothing but business information, holidays, right? All those things, right? We're going to set up here. Right? One by one, we'll see here. So in order to go with company profile, again go to your setup page. Again go to your setup page. On the quick find box, right, type the company profile. Right, so the company information, company profile, whatever it is. When you type here in the quick find box, the company information link will be shown here on the left hand side in the sidebar. So this is what we call a sidebar. And on sidebar, it display all your links here. Right, it's going to be in the form of a link. So once you get this, right, once you get this company information, right, once you get this company information, so because at the time of registration, whatever you have given, based on that, the company profile will be set. Right, based on this company profile will be set. Got it? So I've set this company for Raghu Engineering College. Right? They are using Salesforce in the college here. So I've created, right? That case I took my snapshots and kept it here. Got it? So now what is the organization name? What is the primary contact name? So I've set everything here, right? So here you're going to give all the information like a name, address, default locally, that is your local language and time zone, default currency, Salesforce edition, what edition you are going to use it, right? Organization ID, by default, it is going to be unique ID. It is going to be a 15-digit ID, right? The organization ID will go with 15-digit ID, then your licensing and the usage, then your data space, right? Your data storage will increase according to by adding the records. Then your file storage, your API request usage, right? Your edition, which edition you're going to use it. All those information will be registered, will be configured here in your company profile. Right? Like this, overall description will be shown here after you set. Once you set, overall description will be shown here like this. What is the organization name? Right? Who is the primary contact? Right? And an address. What is the address here? Right? So whether physical year is set up here, when the physical year starts, the financial year starts, right? Either from June to December or June to March, right? Or like so on. So each and every company will differ, right? So and then you're going to enable that case. You're going to enable this like admin newsletter in case you want to have a newsletter, right? If you enable this, what happens automatically? Your inbox will be filled with a lot of newsletters. You remove that. Then your local language you're going to set here, right? As it's going to be by default, it's going to be English, right? Then usage data, all will be displayed by itself. You don't need to adjust or you don't need to edit. Then you can see the organization ID. The organization ID will be 18-digit ID will be there because 15-digit ID is going to be case sensitive, right? So if it is case sensitive, we cannot edit it. So we have to make it case insensitive. In order to make case insensitive, so the ID at the end of the ID, 3 characters will be added so that it becomes case insensitive, right? So that case, the organization ID will be displayed, the organization detail, all this thing will be shown here, right? After you set here, right? Like this, you're going to set after setting, then finally it is going to show the information here, right? So that is the organization profile, right? So then followed by the bottom of the page, you can see the license, user license. See now, first license will be Salesforce license, right? Whether it's what is the status, active, all the licenses are active, right? By default, right? Then how many licenses are used? 2 licenses. How many it has been consumed, right? All 2 has been consumed. What is the remaining one? 0. So likewise for Salesforce platform, now see Salesforce platform 3 licenses are there. How many consumed? No. Right? How many remaining is there? 3 is there. Likewise, you can get a different user here and whether it is going to be active, the profile is going to be active, and then how many within how many years you want like a total license, how many license you have consumed, what is the license are available here, that is going to display, right? Then use license. What is the total license you have it, how much you have used it, what is the remaining thing you have, remaining license you have it. So you're going to have a permission set here. Then future license, what are the future licenses are available? It's going to give all the information here, right? So with this, the company profile is getting over. Right now, if you go with demo, let me go with demo. Right now, go to your setup now. Now let me close everything. I'll close all this thing. Now from here, I have to go to setup. From here, I have to go to setup. Now click on gear icon, click on setup. Click on setup. After you click on setup, right? What you have to do, you have to go for company setting. Now to go for company setting, click on quick find box, type company setting. Under company settings, we have so many like business hours, then we have public calendars, company information, right? Physical year, holidays, language setting, domain, everything we are going to configure here. But now, what you're going to, I'll click on company information. I'll click on company information. It'll take you to the company information. You have to go to edit mode and you have to edit it. You have to go to edit mode and then you're going to edit it. Right? Now click on edit mode here. Now click on edit button. It'll take you to the edit mode. Right? Now you're going to enter the name. By default, the name is Logical Lab. In case you want to change, you can change your name here. Right? But this is a required field. This is a required field. And what is a primary contact? Who is a primary contact? You can give some name. Right? What is a primary contact? Our key. Right? Then what is the street name, city name, postal code? These are all optional. But here, you can see the red color bar. This is important, right? This is mandatory. See, when you set your company profile, right? Each and every company will be assigned with organization ID. ID is going to be a 15-digit ID. Already, I told you yesterday itself about organization ID. Mohammed sir, yesterday itself, I explained about organization ID. Each and every organization will be assigned with 15-digit ID. Right? So like the 15-digit ID will be case sensitive. Using that, I cannot do any changes. If in case you want to change your company details or something, right, you have to make that ID as case insensitive. So in order to make that case insensitive, right, it should not be sensitive, it should be insensitive, right? At the end of the 15-digit ID, you try to add 3 digits. But nowadays, you're not being allowed to do that. Right? Before 2 to 3 years, we used to do that, but now it has not been allowed. Directly, it becomes 18 years. Salesforce it is providing 18-digit ID. So each and every organization will be provided 18-digit ID. Salesforce is directly providing in the form of 18-digit ID. It's going to be form of 18 digits. Combination of, it will be in the alphanumeric. Combination of letters, special characters and everything. Got it? That is called organization ID. I'll show you now. I'll show you the organization ID. For this organization called Logical Lab, the ID will be for this organization called Logical Labs, the organization ID will be assigned, right? So that's what. If it is case insensitive, you can do alteration, you can do addition, everything. If it is case sensitive, you cannot do alteration, you cannot do addition, right? It is not possible. Only the Salesforce can do it. Got it? That is all about the case sensitive. Right? Now see here. So now here, after coming here, you're going to enter the detail here. Then you're going to enter the locally, right? By default, it's going to be English or English India. Right? Default language is going to be English. Now, time zone, default time zone. By default, it is set here. The currency setting, what is it? India, English, INR, right? And then, so in case about active multiple currency, in case you want active multiple currency, you can enable it here, right? So as of now, I'm not going to use it, right? Transition setting, enable the data transition. In case any transition you want to make, you can enable it, right? As of now, I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to leave it. I'll go to skip it. That Salesforce Lightning newsletter setting. User receives the Salesforce newsletter. If you want, you can enable. Otherwise, remove it. User receives the Salesforce admin newsletter. You want to receive the newsletter, then you can enable. Otherwise, you can disable it, right? Like this, whichever you wanted, you can enter the detail here, right? You can enter the detail. Login notification, hide notice about your system maintenance. You want to hide it, you can hide it here, right? Hide the notice about your system downtime. All these things you want to hide it, you can hide it. After this, then what you do, click on save. So now your company information has been set, right? What is the name of the company? What is the primary name? I've changed it. So address, right? In case you want to enter the address, you can enter the address. Then you're going to enable, right? The newsletter, admin letters, all these things has been enabled. right? So like if at all these things are enabled, so many mails will come to your inbox. So don't enable that, right? Then what is the default locally, default language, right? A default time zone, everything will be set here. Apart from this, you can see currency locally. What is the local currency here? We go with English that is India, Indian currency, right? Then used storage. Now see here. Now it has been used 322 KB, that is 6% has been used. File space, like 0% file space has been used. Right? It's going to show the minimum usage here, right? And also it is showing the organization ID. This is the organization ID. Now see here, count it here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. It is 15 digit ID only. So if it is 15 digit ID, then it is a case sensitive, I cannot change it. Right? Anything I want to change, I cannot able to change it. Right? Then at the end of this ID, we have to add 3 characters, then it becomes a case insensitive. The ID becomes case insensitive. So that when I can go to edit mode and can edit it. Right? And what is the edition? We are going to use developer edition. See here. What is the intention name? It is called AP27. Asia Pacific 27 server we are connected. So when it is modified, all the details has been specified. Similarly, like usage license usage. So now Salesforce license is there, how much you have to, how much it is consumed, one, because now I registered. Since I registered, automatically it will be assigned to Salesforce license. So likewise, it is going to show the information about the other license here. You can look into it, right? Your permission set license, your future license, right? Your usage enterprise entitlements, all these things will be shown here. It's going to give the detailed information about it, right? Now we have set our company profile. Now, this is how we have set our company profile after we purchase the license. Right, we are setting our company profile. Who is a point of contact? What is the address detail? All we are going to set here. So now this is what the company profile all about. This is what the company profile all about. Right? You have any doubts? Yes. Okay. You have any doubts? You can ask me. If you have any doubts, you can ask me. Right? The company profile has been set here. So after this, now we are going to discuss about after the company profile. Right? Now we are going to discuss about physical year. What is physical year? Physical year is a financial year. It's a period of time used to calculate annual financial statements in the business or other organization. Your organization, they'll try to prepare your financial statement, right, every year. That is what we call as physical year. The system administrator can set the physical year for your organization. So for our organization, right, the system administrator is going to set the physical year. So that case, the system administrator is very much needed here. The physical year settings are used to report on the physical year timeline. Right? In case, right, so like physical year settings, you can report it to your physical year timeline. Got it? So like after this, now, so physical year will specify the business year for your organization. Right? Whereas coming here, there is nothing but a financial statement we are going to prepare every year. But here, as I already told you, there are 2 different types of physical year. One is going to be standard physical year, the other one is called custom physical year. One is called standard physical year, the other one is called custom physical year. Right? What is standard physical year? The physical year which has been created by the Salesforce itself is called as a standard physical year. Whereas custom physical year, you're going to enable it. And a custom physical year, you're going to enable it here. Right? In that case, you go with a custom physical year. Right? Once again, I'll tell you, the standard physical year is the physical year. There's a financial statement which has been created by Salesforce itself, right? Which contains 4 quarters, each quarter having 3 months here. Salesforce will internally manage and automate the revenue and forecast, right? Salesforce will automatically manage and automate the revenue and the forecast. Got it? So whereas coming to custom physical year, so the physical year which you're going to enable, when the financial year will start, either from according to the company, some of the companies will go from January to December. Some companies will go from June, it goes with either June or something, or some company will start with different months, right? Depends upon the rules and regulations. So you can set your physical year here, right? Which one you want it. So accordingly, you can set your physical year, right? Once you're done with it, right? Now what we have to do, we have to select the physical year, right? Again, go to setup, under setup, you're going to type physical year. The physical year link will be there. On the left hand side, you can click on physical year. It will take you to the physical year, right? Now see here, the right hand side. Now, so here when I type physical year, so because all these things, physical year is available in the custom setting. Now, so you can see here on the left hand side, you have physical year here. The physical year is available here. The physical year is available here. I'm going to click on this physical year. I'm going to click on my physical year. Now see here. So here we have two different types of physical year. One is called standard physical year. The other one is called custom physical year. So now, so default physical year, right? So for this company, Logical Lab, right? Assume that the physical year starts from January, right? So that you can select January or which month you're going to start it, you can select according. And after this, now physical year is going to be based on, so if it is a custom physical year based on month and this ending month and starting month, you have to specify. Otherwise, like see here, like under the standard physical year, when the physical year month is going to be start, right? You're going to start, you're going to select the physical year, or the physical year is going to be based on the ending month or based on the starting month. That you have to enable. Right, that you're going to set here. After setting, now click on save. Whereas coming to custom physical year, now see here, you have to enable this. Once you enable that, I cannot revoke it. It is not possible. I cannot revoke it. In case you want to enable, you can enable it. Got it? So whereas coming to standard physical year, you're going to tell this company would start from which month physical year, right? Which month? You're going to select the month. So from January to December, you're going to select, right? And physical year is based on what? Ending month or based on starting month. Whichever you want, you can set it here, then click on save. Right now, that is a page at Logical Labs developer, right? ED developer, my Salesforce.com says, are you sure? Right? They're asking, are you sure? I can go ahead. Now click on OK. So now physical year has been set here. My physical year has been set here. Suppose now, if I go to same physical year, right now it is showing standard physical, custom physical year. I'll go for custom physical year. Here, then it says that when it comes to custom physical year, yes, I understand the implication the custom physical year in future has on my organization. I want to enable it, right? It says that I can understand the implication, right? The custom physical year futures. So I want to enable it. I will enable it. Now click on enable the custom physical year. I'm going to enable the custom physical year, right? It says the page Logical Lab, right? Enabling the custom physical year cannot be undone as an impact on the forecast report. So once if you enable, right, cannot be undone, which has an impact on your financial forecast, right? Reports and codes. Please make sure you have reviewed the list of consideration while enabling your custom physical year. If you are prepared to maintain your own custom physical year and you are aware of the impact of your organization, click OK. Otherwise, click cancel. Right now, for example, I'll click OK. So when I click OK, my custom physical year has been set here. So because of browser setting, we need a permission to open here. I'll say open here. Now see here the custom physical year has been set. Now it is going to your other lightning object, right? Like classic mem. It is going back to the classic, right? So no problem. The thing is that again you want to switch over to lightning experience, you can switch over to lightning experience. So it has come to my service console here. But what I have to do, I have to go to my setup page. So this is how we are going to set your physical year. The physical year is nothing but financial statement. Again, you have to go to quick find box, type physical year. So now I got physical year. I click on physical year. I'll click on physical year, right? So now you can see the physical year has been set as custom physical year, right? I selected the custom physical year. Now it shows the quarter here. Right? You want to create a custom physical year, click on new. You have to click on new. Now it is going to select the physical year structure. Whether it's going to be 4 quarters, first 3 months, like 4, 4, 5. Or it's going to show the years, right? So how the template here, 4, 4, 5 or 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, 4, which one you wanted. Or in case you want to set your 12 months here, that is going based on Gregorian calendar. You can set accordingly. In that case, if I select this, the Salesforce will take care of the forecast. But when I go and select this periods, right, you are responsible for it. Right? You cannot revoke it. But now already we have selected the custom physical year, right? I cannot revoke it. It is not possible, but we have to be very careful while selecting the template here, right? Otherwise, you can go for the default one. You can, when you go with the 12 months option, right? That case, it's a Gregorian calendar will be taking care of your financial forecasting, right? Whatever things, right, it is available, like the Gregorian calendar will take care. You have to prepare your financial statement. Then click on continue. This is how we are going to set our physical year, right? Now it is asking what is the physical year start date. So it says the start date must be on the first of the month. Now see here, now the start date is going to be 20, like what is the start date? Financial year, right? It should be before prayer, right? Like I'll say January 4th. Right, I'm going to start my physical year, right? The name of the physical year name, right? Name, logical labs. Right? Then week start date. So you're going to set your start date here. Physical year name, right? The physical year name and then week start date. You're going to state when the week is going to start. So week start date, when it is going to start, whether it's going to start with Wednesday or Thursday, right? So like you're going to set your physical year start date, the physical year name, right? When it is going to start, then click on save. Okay. Now, see now I set it here. So like this, I'm going to set my physical year. Like this, I'm going to set my physical year. I'm going to set my physical year like this. Got it? You have any doubts regarding the physical year? You have doubts regarding the physical year, right? Physical year is nothing but your financial statement. Physical year is nothing but your financial statement. Right? Physical year is all about your financial statement. Got it? You can set your physical year like this. And in case you're going to set your finance like a Gregorian calendar, Salesforce will prepare the physical year for your organization. Otherwise, you have to set it. Once you set your custom physical year, you are the responsible for it. Got it? You have any doubts? You can ask me. 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 right? So now let me move to the next topic called so we have done with physical year, right? We are done with physical year, right? So like this, then next one is business hours. So business hour, any company will go with different business hour, right? You'll have multiple projects, you have to set your business hour. Business hour, right, goes with set the time zone, working days, the number of hours daily, you're going to set it. You can have multiple business hours for different team. You're going to set your multiple business hours for the team here, right? So that case, what we'll do, we'll go to the business hour and select the business hour, and we're going to set the business hour. Got it? You're going to give a name for the business hour, and you're going to make it active. And what is the time zone? You're going to give the time zone. Now let me go back here. Now, like thing is that I'll close here. So now again, I'll go back to my setup page. I'll click on setup page here. I'll go back to my setup page. I want to set my business hours. Again, go to quick find box, type business hours. Now click on business hours. Now click on business hours, right? You can see the business hours are available here, right? But yeah, right now, no business hour has been created. It is a default one. The default one is available here. The default one is available. Now you click on new business hours. You click on new business hour, you're going to give the name of the business hour. Right? You're going to give the name of the business hour here. Right? Persistent systems, something. Right? And then use this business hour as the default one. In case you want to use this as a default one, you can enable, and you are going to make it as active. You're going to make it as active. And what is the time zone? You're going to select the time zone. Like, say, for example, if it is an IST, Indian company, right? You can select your company detail, right? Like time zone here. You can set your time zone. Yeah, I got it. So like this, you can set your time zone and you're going to specify the business hours. Right? On Sunday, what is your business hour? You can select and you can adjust. You can type your business hour here. Right? Like this, you're going to set your business hour. Now, say for example, Sunday, it starts with 9 a.m. Right? It ends with 12 p.m. Right? Like this, you're going to set your business hour. Right? What is Monday? What is your business hour? Right? Now, the Monday again starts from 9 a.m. It ends with 6 p.m. Oh, right? So it is going to be 12 hours. It is not, since if it is going to be 24 hours, then you're going to say 18. Right? 18 p.m. So like this, you're going to set and then finally save it. You're going to save your business hours here. Right? So because now it is not 24 hours, I have removed, right? So that case, I have to say 6 p.m. Right? Persistent systems. What is the name of the business hours? Right? So like so now click on save. So when you give the label name and you give the name, there should not be any space here, right? And so this is not going to be 24 hours, it's going to be for 12 hours. Right? You're going to set your business hours like this. you're going to set your business hours, right? So you have any doubts on business hours? The next one is your holidays. What are the holidays you have it? Right, you can set your holidays. Now go back here. You're going to select holidays. Select holidays here, right? And click on new button and you're going to set the holidays, recurring holidays. Now say for example, right, so on Friday, like there is something called like we have Varalakshmi Puja, right? So in that case, some companies would provide you holiday, some may not, right? Or most of the companies will not. So what are the holidays that you have, right? Like already we had Independence Day, right? We go with Independence Day. So on which day the Independence Day, like August 15th, right? Select August 15th. Is it recurring holiday? Yes. Right? Every year, 15th is going to be Independence Day. Right? On the 1st August or every August, right? On this particular day, 15th, there is going to be Independence Day. I'm going to select it and click on save. Like this, you're going to whatever holidays you have it, right? Government holidays, whatever company holidays, right? You can register here. All your holidays can be registered here. All the holidays can be registered. Got it? So the next one, similar way, the next one, holidays, we have done with holiday. The language settings, right? Then domain. So once we're done with domain and language setting, then it is over, right? Domain management, right? Okay, the language setting. Now we'll go for language setting. We'll go for language setting. Language setting is all about like, right? So language setting can add and remove the languages from the available language list. It determines which language can be selected. You can enable end user language, platform only language, all these language selected. You're going to set your language selection here. You're going to set your language selection, right? So like this, we'll have the language selection. You're going to set your language selection, right? Now see here. Now again, you go back here, type language. So click on language settings. Right, from here, you're going to select what are the languages, right? Now nothing is available here, right? So now language preference. For end user language, what is end user language? What is a platform only language? So you can select the end user language and whatever language you want end user language, you can add it here. Right, end user language is whatever language you want to use it, right? The Salesforce, right? So in that case, we use English. By default, English will be available here. Similar way, right? Then you have to enable your platform only language. So all this like you can enable, like say for example, I want to add Greek here from the available language. I have to add it to display language. I am going to add it. In case I want to remove this Finnish, right? I'll remove it. So likewise, whatever you want to add, you want to remove, and add and remove, and then you can click on save. The language will be set here. The language will be set. Got it? So after the language, then like this, we can add the language. Then domain management, but here the domain management will be default set. At the time of registration itself, you would have given the company name, right? So the domain management will be default set. You're not going to set any domain management here. So you will not be allowed, but you can change it, right? You can update it. So again, you have to go for domain management. Right, domain. So like go click on domain here or my domain. I can click on my domain. Right now, see here already my domain has been logical labs dev ed or developer.my.salesforce.com. So at the time of registration, whatever name you give company name, based on that, the domain name will be sent and will be routed using this domain name. It will be routed using domain name. What is your domain name here now? The domain name is called logical labs dev-ed. And it is going to be standard. So it is going to use this domain called mysalesforce.com, right? It will be routed here, right? The policies, everything will be set here, right? In case you want to edit, you can click on edit. And you want to change your domain name, you can change your domain name by changing it. You can change your domain name and it's going to check for the availability. So by default, it will set your domain name. In case you want to change it, you can change it and then click on save. You can save your domain name, right? So once you set your domain name, then immediately you have to refresh it for some time. Then only the domain name will be set, and then it will be available for you, right? Then only it will be available for the user, right? So your domain name, then finally, but earlier that was a different steps, but those steps are not required now, right? So earlier it was different steps, but these things are not required here. So like, right, we are done with my company profile, company setting. I've done with my company setting. You have any doubts, you can ask me. You have any doubts, you can ask me. You have any doubts, you can ask me. Any doubts you have? Yes. What is the doubt? Yeah. I'm going to conclude my session now. Sure. I'm going to conclude it. That's what I'm coming for the doubt session. I'll close it, right? So if you have any doubts, you can ask me. Otherwise, I'll wind up, right? I'll close my section. Voice chat. Yeah, not now. Voice chat here, I don't think so. Like, you can switch on your, you can unmute it, right? And you can discuss with me, no problems. It is not necessary you have to chat. You can unmute it, right? And you can right, unmute it and you can discuss with me. Okay, then we'll stop here. Remaining things we'll see tomorrow. Okay, see you. Bye bye. Good night.